What's going on, traders? It is Tuesday, August 4th, and today, like yesterday, I'm bringing you another scalper's guide, right? So today I'm going to be focusing on NVDA here, and I just have up the daily chart here, and as you can see, if you just look at the chart here, you can see this red line here. This indicates the all-time high, but this is actually yesterday's all-time high, right? I just left it on there because of the purpose of this video, right? Which I'll get into in just a second. So diving in on the 1-minute chart, we can see here that yesterday's all-time high was put in here at this red bar at 444, right? Now, today we saw after yesterday where we faded for the rest of the session after putting in that new all-time high, which you can see here, right? And we kind of just made this channel. It was a downtrend, right? After that, we kind of held these levels here, and this became our pre-market high and pre-market low, right? And as you can see, if you've been watching my videos, you can tell where I'm going with this, right? So like I was saying in yesterday's video, I was probably going to make either an Instagram or a Twitter, and then I'll be posting some free content for you guys there. So I went ahead and did that. I posted a Twitter, which I'll just show you really quickly. Again, it is TMS, Trade TMS. And so I posted a breakdown in pre-market of what I'm looking for. Unfortunately for NVIDIA, it came up as alt text. I accidentally put it as alt text, but the game plan ultimately looks like this, where I show you above this price here, this is what I'm targeting, and below this price here, this is what I'm targeting. You can look back at these and see what happened with it, but we ultimately, for this one, we closed green on the day because our prior close held as support. For Square, we closed up at, I think, 149, so we had a big day for Square. Apple again pushed up, hit our targets, and today I put NVIDIA down for their targets as well. And in this case, the targets that I was actually talking about was below around this pre-market low around 438, below here to enter in, and above our pre-market high here at the time, which was 441, right? Even if you had followed the plan, which and updated the pre-market plan over here, right, you could have still made money on this, but for this video's purpose, I'm just going to show you based off the levels I sent out, right? So this is pre-market, right? We end up pushing up here, and we open up here above our zone that I had said, that I had called out in pre-market, right? So you wouldn't take the trade there. You don't trade in the first few minutes, or at least I don't, right? So anyways, you see price comes down here, and let me just make this a little bigger for you. Okay. So price starts to come down, pushes down, right? And then we see some consolidation. And again, I always like to talk about this. When you see a move, then you see consolidation, you see another move down, that is a drop, base drop, right? Or what could have happened is a drop base rally, right? But in this case, we did have a drop base drop, right? So, and in this consolidation here, what you want to see and take notice of is where the wicks are forming, which in this case was primarily the top, which could have given you a bias to the downside, right? And so this trade went down there, and then this was our entry, right? First target gets hit here. Our second target was down below 436, but it didn't get hit. So if it starts pushing back on you past, and what you would do is you would put your stops at this first target here, so that it's a green trade no matter what, and you would have probably been stopped out here, but it would have been for a profit, right? So as price starts pushing back up, our second zone up here, our pre-market high, is still intact, our 441 level, right? It's still a level for us, right? So this is where you'd be taking this trade, right, which is confirmed by an inside and up, which is indicated again by this purple arrow here, right? And that gives you that confluence that, okay, price should be moving in my favor. And you can even look down here at the volume, right? So this candle right here, and that is a terrible arrow, but you get the point, right? You can see that volume increased, right? Just more signs to, right, get long, right? Giving you more confidence in your trade. So if you had taken this, my first target was, I believe, 442.50. So around here. So in this level here, you would have hit your first target. And if you, my second target was 444, which was all-time high, right? And so if you had held this trade completely, yes, both your targets would have been hit and you would have maxed out your profit on that trade if you followed my game plan at least, right? But instead, what you also could have done is taken this trade here, taking your profits in this once it started consolidating here, right? And then like I was saying in yesterday's video, right? When you see some indecision, which is indicated by this trending here in this channel, that's indecision, that's where you might want to think about taking your next trade, right? And that was actually confirmed in this trend here by this volume, right? You can see that once this volume started to rise like this, right? That's where you could have gotten long right here or here, right? And it broke above and closed above this trend line, closed above this line here. That's where you get in your position right here. And again, you're targeting all-time highs, right? So you're selling some here, and then again, first red candle, you're selling up there, right? So one thing I also wanted to show you guys, this is a little thing I developed myself. So when you see consolidation like this right in front of a key level, for example, in this scenario, we're going to look at our all-time high, right? This is actually something you can use to develop a trade. So you can back test this on other names, but if you look at it, you'll see consolidation like this right below or on top of zones, the key levels. This is actually where buyers and sellers are loading up their positions right before a big move is going to happen. And you can look back and it happens a lot, right? But basically, when you see something like this, some consolidation right before a key level, right? It's a good chance that it's actually going to break out of this level, right? So in this case, you get in your position here with this increase in volume down here, right? And yeah, you've made at least, let's see here, you would have made from, let's say, around 443 to probably 445, so 2 points right there on a stock like NVDA, where the options, if you're trading options, the options premiums move quite fast. And yeah, this is a good move. You've made a lot, especially if you're scalping, which is what I'm always interested in, especially if you're scalping, right? So yeah, that would have been two great trades that you could have taken today. And again, sticking to the game plan that I provided on Twitter. Anyways, that is going to be the end of this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you're staying green. If this video provided you any type of value, please like and subscribe, and give me a follow on Twitter, because I'm going to be posting again content on there daily, trade setups like this one in the future. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. With